欢迎收看《肯尼Now星球》。上一个礼拜呢，我们访问到 Quincy Davis， 我们稍微了解一下 Quincy 他的篮球的里程，为什么来到台湾，那怎么归顺台湾籍？那更重要一点呢，在第二集里面呢，我们要开始讨论一下重大网迷以及我们 Podcast 的听众想知道的事情，那就是今年有关于霹雳的一些事情。不过在这之前呢，我还是要依照惯例，请 Quincy 跟大家打个招呼。Would you like to say hi, Quincy?
Hello, everyone.
Well, you know, Quincy, we talk about a lot of different things, and I know that you very much care for education and development of the kids, because you share with me that you really appreciated your mother, being a single mother, raised you up,
right,
and taught you the right values, protect you from harm, and yet allow you or encourage you to go see the world, and not taking you by herself. So is that what you plan to do, like in the next few years, or are you gonna start some kids program to
right now
to
I've
work
already
with
started
kids?
a lot of kids programs,
okay.
But I know that there's the next doctor. I know that the next top scientist out there. I know that the next top engineer around that could do things around the world. I know that all those people are here in Taiwan, but we'll never uncover those surfaces and find out who they are if we don't provide opportunities.
Yes.
So my whole thing is just providing opportunities.
Yes.
The only reason why Taiwan knows who Davis is right now is because they outsourced to find resources to find me.
Yes.
I didn't find Taiwan, they found me. They reached out to me to provide opportunities.
Right.
They already had the opportunity and foundation here, and they provided the opportunity for me to come here, so that's how it was all set. So I just want to provide opportunities for whether it's the Aboriginal, whether it's the people outside of Taipei City who don't have the resources.
Right. 一开始我们讲一些比较认真一点的话题啊，就是有关于，因为我也了解 Quincy 对于小孩子的培养以及小孩子未来的一些机会是十分看重的。他说他现在也正在进行一些可能可以给予也许不止在台北这个的小孩，在台北以外的小孩或一些原住民的小孩呢，都有更多看到世界或者是发掘自己一些长才的一些机会。所以呢，这个不止打篮球而已 ，Quincy 非常的关注台湾的小朋友未来的一些发展。所以讲到这里呢，我必须要讲，刚刚这是一个陷阱问题，因为接下来这个问题呢，我就是要这个稍微跟 Quincy 问一下，就说 ，Yeah, well, Quincy, so much, caring and understand the thoughts go toward, the kids. Are you, or when are you gonna have kids of your own?
I've been practicing, but
oh, that's too much information. Too much information.
I think when I'm financially stable, I will
have little Davises.
Yeah, I have a little Davis.
Yeah, if the little Davises come, can I sign them first?
Absolutely.
Oh, they have to go to pilots first. Yeah.
Hey, we just want them playing basketball. I just want them representing Taiwan.
Here's my number. You just keep that in your phone, OK? 对了，刚刚只是一个陷阱问题，因为讲完了小孩子梗以后呢，我就问他什么是要小孩子，因为这个当台湾人要尽台湾人的义务，就是增产报国。那他说，等我的经济状况稳定下来以后，我就会开始要有小朋友。Okay, now we go into the P League now.
Okay.
Now you've seen Taiwan basketball development the past so many years, maybe 8-10 years.
Right.
Do you see any differences between or the progression of SBL compared to now the P League, the starting of the P League?
Yes and no. I mean, I think with the P League, I'll start off with the SBL. Me coming into the SBL is a new league, obviously. There are 8 teams. It's very competitive. During that time, we didn't have Ding there, didn't have Zije there, but we also had Amigo and we had Tenlei.
Right.
So it still made it, very competitive during that time. Again, 8 teams, doing a lot of traveling. I really felt like, it was a really good league that was growing. But towards my my 4th year and 5th year playing, I did feel like, a lot of the players were leaving and it was just keeping Taiwan basketball kind of watered down.
Right.
We had that solid whiskey, but then we just kept on dropping ice cubes in it every time a player left.
And Ganbei.
You know what I mean? It just kept, so we had the solid Kavalan whiskey, and it's just, that's a shout out to them, but
okay.
Just watered it down every time a player left. So either our structure here with the SBO wasn't strong enough to have resources to pay the players, the local players to stay, or, it just wasn't good enough.
Right.
So I think now getting into this P League where we have these import players, the practices and the way we hold ourselves on the court, our game-wise, has definitely stepped up. I can definitely tell with the local players. So now we have the talent now we actually can see.
Yes.
It's different from watching the NBA on your phone and say, oh, LeBron did this or Kobe did this. That was a nice crossover move, but that can't be real. But now when you're actually seeing these guys doing these moves in court and you're actually guarding them, now it becomes real.
Right.
So I think it's no different from us hiring tech guys from Europe or North America to come here to do jobs,
right.
And then we're learning from them. It's no different. We have to learn and see how it's done, and then we can elevate and match their skills.
Right.
So with the P League, it's definitely stronger now.
Right.
A lot of these players are guards coming in there dunking, shooting threes, the unbelievable 3-point shots that are being made. All these things are just a step up. So with the SBO, we were getting there, but I think it became plateau and a little stagnant.
Right.
So with this P League, I hope that it's going to bring in more talent, and our locals will be able to see what it takes to go through warm-ups and go through practices and play at game speed and NBA level. So I think it's very good.
Yes. 就是我们刚刚讲到 P League 跟 SBL 的差别啊，就是因为 Quincy 也见证过 SBL 的崛起跟到现在这样子的一个情况，跟现在 P League 比较起来，他认为说 SBL 刚开始的时候呢，可能本土球员明星级的啦，像田磊、像这个敬敏都还在联盟里面，所以这个竞争性是非常强的。可是跟随着 SBL 的成长，以及明星球员慢慢的往北边去了，西进了，所以呢，可能就让竞争性开始下滑，然后变得有点呆滞掉了。可是现在的 P League 的崛起呢，又让更多的也许有到 NBA 等级的这些的洋将来到了这个联盟里以后呢，会让刺激更多的本土球员的成长，让他们看到一个实际上一个 NBA 等级的球员到底是怎么样来热身，怎么样来自己训练，怎么样来比赛，然后甚至到场上互相的较劲。那这样子本土球员的进步的空间相对的就开始会变得比较大一点。所以that leads to the next question is that now you play 4 games and the Pilots are 2-2.
Right.
And that's pretty much exceeding a lot of people's expectation because the Pilots were 0-6, 0-3, 0-6, 0-6 in the preseason.
Right.
Now, what really changed, and how is this big turnaround come about, in your opinion?
I would just say the import players. I mean, were we playing with? I don't think we were playing with any import players.
No,
during that
you weren't.
time. Yeah. So I think the biggest thing is the import players. Again, when those import players arrived, we were just going through the motions as a team.
Right.
When those import players arrived, like our whole tone just really stepped up.
Right.
Because now we need to prove to these import players that we're worthy enough to play with them, worthy enough to get the ball past us to knock down a shot, worthy enough to play defense and lock up. So it's different from, you're being with your parents / coach. But when somebody else comes into the picture, it's like, okay, I got to straighten up because my coach is used to this, but they're not used to this. So I really need to step up my game. So I think that kind of catapulted us to the next level.
OK， 那我刚刚有问 Quincy， 就是现在这个领航员的战绩是蒸蒸日上的，现在在4场比赛2胜2败5成胜率，联盟排名第2名，真的是蛮厉害的。那跟热身赛为什么6战全败的差距到底在哪里？他认为说，就是洋将加入了以后呢，改变了整个练球上面的气氛， 因为洋将还没来之前呢，可能大家就已经就是有点呆滞啊，或者是教练跟他们都早就已经非常的熟悉了。可是来了一些新的元素，本土的球员就必须要证明自己的能力，再一次的呢，知道就是说让这些洋将他们是可以挡住对手的。或者是得到足够的信任，这个球传到他们手上，他们是可以得到分数的，所以整个团队的战力因此而慢慢的开始提升。所以接下来这个问题呢，就是要问一下 Quincy， 就是说，so far you see this league right now, the biggest opponent for the Pilots are definitely Fubon because they're in first place.
Right.
They're 4-0.
Right.
What do you think the possibility for the Pilots to overthrow Fubon in the near future?
That's tough. I think the only edge there's two edges. I think the two edges that Fubon has is they have the best local players. Mm-hmm. They have the most experienced local players. I won't say the best. They have the most experienced local players. And the second is that they have one of the top coaches in Taiwan, on their side. And when I say the top coaches, I won't say top again, I'll say experienced. So experienced players and experienced coaches. Mm-hmm. With Xu Jing's experience, he's very military in the way that he does his scheduling. Mm-hmm. He's very by the books, very
meticulous,
detailed.
Yes.
Yeah, very about that. And he also took time and had opportunities to go to America to learn from some of the great university coaches. So he did all this, by himself because he really wanted to be the top coach. So I think that's very great that he's doing that. So experience, and again, experience with their local players has really put them over the edge to do that. With our team, or with any team wanting to beat Fubon, we're going to play, some of our best basketball. Mm-hmm. And we're a young team. We don't have any of the experience that we need, but that doesn't mean that we can't get there. So it's going to take, playing a perfect game almost to really compete with them. So with this last game that we lost to them by about 10 points, it still was a very impressive game, in my mind, that we were able to hold them to, I think, under 100 points. But I think it definitely can be done.
Right. 就是有关于怎么样击败富邦这件事情呢 ，Quincy 说呢，因为富邦拥有全联盟最有经验的球员，也拥有联盟最有经验的教练，所以呢，这个球队打起来的确是非常的难缠。那虽然上一场比赛他们最后输了10分，可是他觉得他们算是靠近了，而且呢，这个希望可以在未来有更多的机会来一次一次的敲门，总有一天可以把门踹倒。Now, after talking about Fubon, now what are your assessment of the two other teams? Let's say my team till the last, and what do you think of the Dreamers?
The Dreamers, I feel like they're right there. They're just lacking a big man. Mm-hmm. Not to take any credit from Durway, but he can knock down open shots, and as a nice playing forward. I've been seeing him working out and getting his game in, but you really need somebody to hold it down in the low block in that 5 position. Right.
He's overmatching size a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's at the top of the key unless he can really stroke the three like I know he's capable of doing, but until you get the confidence with that, you still need somebody in the low block.
Right.
So I think that's the Dreamers is missing is a big man to be in the center. And I think they do have opportunity for a three or space for a third import player.
They got a new guy coming in, but he's only 6'6".
Oh, okay.
This guy named something Hicks.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, but you need a big guy. We have a big guy.
A few big guys.
Yeah, a few big guys. 2 big guys, just me and Jack.
And Jack?
Yeah.
Well, Sun and Ling, they're gonna be gonna be sad if you said that.
They're young.
they're young bigs.
Yeah, but as far as imports are concerned,
what about Pom Pom?
Pom Pom he can match up. Him and Durway are pretty much balanced.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So you definitely need a nice size big to be in the middle.
Right. What about
okay. I watched the game last night.
Yeah, be careful what you say.
And I was impressed.
Thank you.
I definitely saw to beat, those long arms. I saw him reach in there and just grab a rebound, out of nowhere, diving on the floor. There was another play where he just reached in and cuffed the ball and rolled in one motion and passed it out.
Right.
You're not gonna find a big guy that can do that.
The 7'3" guy does that.
Yeah, that was very impressive and led to a layup. So, again, we're gonna play each other 8 times. Anything can change within this time.
Right.
Once you guys get your chemistry together, with him, his NBA experience, anything is possible.
Right. 接下来我问 Quincy 就是2个其他的球队，就是他认为梦想家只缺一个中锋而已。虽然德威是有一定的能力，而且进步不少，可是毕竟他在高中锋运作的时间过多，还是需要一个底线的中锋来牵制对手的。那至于这个工程师来看的话呢，就是他认为我们只是缺乏现在化学作用，因为洋将刚刚加入呢，可能对于整体的战力还没有达到一定的效果。在不久之后呢，这个化学效应如果开始的话，他相信像这个哈信的经验可以帮助这个街口工程师队成为更棒的一支球队啊。所以讲到这里，我觉得就是要进入另外一个可能比较敏感的话题啊，就是now we're gonna try to talk about some touchy subject. One is the fact that you are a naturalized player,
right?
And now you're playing as local in the 2 import player league, where you're the only naturalized player.
Right.
So, around the world, there's only a couple leagues are allow naturalized players locals.
Right.
Japan being one of them, and now Taiwan. How do you feel that so far your influence in the league and in the game? How is it? Do you feel like you control the key for the Pilots to win games? So what do you think?
I feel like to give credit to my sacrifices that I have made for the country.
I'm all for that, by the way. Okay.
I mean, it's only right for me to become all the way Taiwanese.
Yes.
So, again, with us being 2-2, it shows that we can definitely be beat, with even just having me.
Yes.
I think Fubon has another naturalized type player. What's the college kid?
You mean Brandon Smart?
Yeah.
Yeah, that he's playing under a different clause. He's playing under the college foreign student clause.
Right.
We're allowed 2 import players and 1 foreign student.
Right.
And 1 American Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But it's still another import player playing.
Yeah.
So it's a different clause, but on the floor, it still has, multiple players. So, again, I don't really think that it's going to make a big deal or a huge impact. At the end of the day, the ball's got to go in the basket, and we got to compete. And again, for Taiwanese basketball to grow, like, we need this level of competition.
Yes.
We got to have it. And, I'm proud of the P League and what we're doing, because at least, I don't know which direction we're going, at least we're moving, and we're moving at a very fast direction.
Right.
So to see the fans come out and see the representation on the YouTube of all the people showing out is really, I think, it's a blessing for us. But Lil old Davis, who's about to be 38 next year, I don't think it's a big deal in my mind that I'm playing as a local, because I don't think that there would be another person who would make the sacrifice that I did to give up their native country to become a citizen. I just don't really see that happening. I think it was very special what I did, the sacrifice of being here, 12 months out of the year, only being able to go home, under certain conditions is very impressive. And like I said, it's a huge sacrifice. So I don't think my situation is going to make a big difference. I think it will. I can't say make a big difference, but I don't think that it's something that can't be overcome by the next team if they don't play it right.
Yeah, just by the last episode we talked about you going through the costume.
Yeah.
You're gonna face a lot of different, challenges just because you don't have the American passport.
Not even with that. I'm used to that. I'm used to being
pulled over by the cops.
Pulled over by cops. The whole everything. I'm used to that.
Yeah. Wait, by the way, do you ever get pulled over by the cops in Taiwan?
No, I do go to the roadblocks and they ask me have I been drinking and Jayo Davis. That's the next thing.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. That's like a little different from being pulled over,
absolutely,
in Compton or something, right?
Absolutely.
Or
it doesn't have to be in Compton. It's anywhere.
Wilshire, right?
It's anywhere.
In some, upscale neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing with the Porsche Cayenne? Is this your car?
Oh, no. Definitely not mine.
No, I mean, like, if you drive that car in US, you're gonna get a lot of BS, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you don't have to be driving anything. Just being black in America is a crime.
Well.
It's really a crime. But yeah, just the sacrifice alone is what it is. Just being away from family.
Right. Yeah. 我刚刚问了一个问题，就是有关于 Quincy 来台湾打球当本土球员这件事情，他对于这件事情在霹雳的影响力，他也觉得目前为止是2胜2败啊，所以知道即使有他的加入，这个 pilots 就是领航员，还是有被击败的可能。他说他当本土这件事，他认为他也是应该要当的，因为他有做很多的牺牲，也有很多的事情，因为他放弃了美国国籍，他变得说是有绝对的一个生活上的不方便，譬如说去看他妈妈可能很久才能看一次。我认为这些东西都是绝对有这个值得我们肯定的。那另外一件事情呢，其实我也跟各位观众、听众朋友们讲过几次，就说应不应得、该不该支持，跟他的能力造成现在的环境平不平衡，这是两回事。那我们就直接听 Quincy 来讲，他认为说他加入霹雳当本土球员，是不是已经造成本土球员跟他之间的失衡？我稍微先把他目前为止的数据拉出来跟大家分享一下。说实在的，没有到 dominating， 不过绝对还是有一定的能力。So we talk about like your qualification as being a local player.
Right.
There's no doubt. Because you're Taiwanese.
Right.
Okay. And, but do you know there's like what you're saying, you don't think there's another person going to make the same sacrifice as you did.
Right.
And plus the league actually making this a door closing clause that after you being a local, whoever naturalized later after you are not allowed to play as locals.
Right.
So that's going to be a closing door clause.
Right.
Now, so far, in the league playing, you're averaging 30 minutes per game. Okay? 12 points, 12.5 points, 10.75 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.23 steals, and 3 block shots. And shooting at 62%. That's pretty good. How do you feel? Do you feel like that's a number that you will be able to sustain in the long term or throughout the entire season, playing like 30 minutes a game? Or do you feel the stats has created a difference between you and a normal local player that you are competing at your much higher level or other players are not?
It definitely probably would change a little bit because I'll be playing probably 40 minutes a game. If it wasn't, but my company is really protecting me because they know that I've been through a lot of back injuries. They know that I want to play. They know that I need to work. So I'm very just thankful for the opportunity. But I don't really think about it. You're more on the business side of it because this is a new league, new team. I don't really look at it like that. I'm just really amazed at where this league is going as far as the fan support. Like to go to Hsinchu and see, I've never been to that city before, and see the turnout that you guys had. That's what I'm more excited about. I'm just more excited for the whole basketball world of Taiwan.
Yes.
So with me playing or with I'm not playing, I'm just happy that, I'm just back on the court and that people are watching basketball. Again, being here in Taiwan, my family at home still doesn't understand how are we at a basketball game with thousands of fans there, you know what I mean? So the fact that we're able to pull this off, our country is doing something right. So, and basketball is growing. So that's all I really want is for basketball to grow. But as far as things being unfair or fair, you know, is really, you know, I really try not to even think too much about it.
Okay.
Because I'm on the bigger spectrum of just basketball.
You know, I'm a supporter of you play not as local.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we talked about this before because I felt that rules are in place to make competition fair, but it doesn't mean that I don't love it or I don't support you, you know, being a Taiwanese for the sacrifices you made.
Right.
I am really happy for you. And so next year, I have a Taiwanese holiday barbecue. You're not on my team, so you're not no, I'm just joking.
It's okay.
No, you know, I'm just joking with you.
Hey, but at the end of the day, life is not fair. I don't think that...
Life is not fair, it is.
Do you know that now the next import player that they get naturalized can have dual citizenship?
Yes.
Yeah, so I can sit there and say it's not fair that you guys made me give up my U.S. citizenship, and now it's like I don't even care.
That's horrible.
I'm in the best place in the world, Taiwan.
Yes.
And I could care less about anything.
Yes. You know, to me, the whole thing of the P League is thriving. It's not even business for me, Quincy. It's more of the livelihood and the development of this entire sport.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yes.
That's all that matters to me, is that people are getting better. I know fans want to see me. The thing is, I don't know if this is going to be my last year or not.
Yes.
And the thing is, if I get hurt next game, we still got to bring in another import player, wait 2 weeks of quarantine, get him to travel, make sure he doesn't have the virus. You know, it's just a lot of stuff. But as of right now, the fans want to see me, whether I come to Hsinchu, whether I go to Zhonghua, whether I go to Taipei. They want to see me, so this may be a fair world thing. So I think me being here is a plus for everybody.
Right.
So that's what's great about it.
Yes. 这一段有点长，我稍微先翻译一下，就是最后这一段呢，我有问到 Quincy， 就是他觉不觉得，就是他自己本身在这个竞争的平台上面，他的数据，他上场的时间的确是比我们国内的禁区的球员要强很多。他有没有觉得这是不公平的？那我也跟他表明，就是其实我跟他已经聊过还蛮多次的，就是说我个人认为这是不公平的，我认为这是一个竞争上面的不完美，就是我们不能放一个规则在里面，而造成竞争上面的不协调。那可是我认为他讲的一件事情，我认为我是非常认同而且感动的，就是说他已经没有在看公不公平这件事情，他只有在看有没有人来支持我们霹雳，他只有在看有没有人愿意买票进来看他，可能是最后一年。他也知道他的背可能有点受伤，他如果知道他如果自己想打的话，他应该可以打40分钟，只是球团要保护他，所以让他打30分钟这样子的一些内容。所以我认为，也许他在看的部分已经是远远超过我在看的部分，就是至少他认为他是在看一个更广大、更宏远的一个未来。那我可能只在目前为止看到一个竞争上面的公平性而已。我认为这个每天都有学习，那这个也是某部分对我来说的一个学习。那也许在未来，这个联盟因为有了 Quincy， 可以让更多的观众朋友们来支持我们。虽然我之前也提过一些很疯狂的想法，在我们联盟会议里面，譬如说 Quincy 的一个球季分成4段，然后呢，每一段里面分别到4队打主，分别到4队来效力，然后我们4队都付他薪水。那他是可以拿到更多的钱来感谢他对我们台湾的贡献。可是有的时候想法太过于的先进，也不一定是很好的一件事情。所以总而言之，目前为止呢，在3个礼拜的 P League 联盟打下来之后呢，我们真的必须要谢谢所有全台湾的篮球跟不是篮球的 进场看比赛的支持者呢，真的在这边非常的感谢你们。而且在电视机前面，或者是在荧光幕前面，不管是你看网络或电视，都来看完比赛的球迷呢，我们也非常谢谢你们，因为有你们的支持，还有 Quincy 为我们台湾篮球的牺牲，以及呢，这个未来，这会是一个鞭策我们联盟更加进步的一个非常重要的一些指标跟数字。At the very end, Quincy, I would like to thank you for all the things you've done for us in Taiwan.
No problem.
And I'm not going to say it like, this is the last year here. Because I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more Quincy Davis in the future. So. Whether it's on the basketball court, why don't you run for mayor of Linko?
That's
I hope you run
quite possible. Quite possible.
Well, 我这个开玩笑的，他没有任何要从政的一个想法。不过呢，我认为未来的 Quincy Davis 的发展在台湾是无可限量的，而且不会被任何的东西而框住，因为他有一个非常开放的心思以及头脑。那更重要的是呢，就像我们这一集刚开始的第一句话，我希望呢 Quincy 可以快速为我们增产报国，所以我赶快可以把他的球员全部签下来啊，没有开玩笑。Thank you, Quincy,
for
coming.
Thank you.
I'll be looking forward to seeing good news that you have many, many kids in Taiwan.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.